Okay, let's look at this one. Five of us served in the war, and now we find ourselves unable to claim what our white colleagues expect as a matter of course. This service in the war, I guess, about promised, what was promised to them, but also about serving their country. Yeah, um, and becoming like a true Australian, whatever that means. I wanted to reply that a law that says a slave should not read is unjust. This one's interesting because it's you know it should be compared to uh, that the greatest of injustices is to teach someone to read. You know, yeah. So um, I think that's those two things need to be compared, um, even just within the same text. So what does this word "just" mean here? In that sense? All right. Well, have a look at injustice and inequality. The easy mistake you're going to have is to treat them as exactly the same. And some essays I see where they're really just talking about either injustice or inequality. But instead, what they do is they just say, use both words together, right? Whenever they're wanting to refer to something. But no, injustice is one thing you need to talk about, and then you need to talk about inequality. Now, but you also need to recognize how connected they are, right? And my suggestion is to think about three themes or three things that are have to do with justice and equality and why they're connected. So we need here. Well, first of all, when you think about the contention, so is the world unjust and unequal? Yeah, of course it is, right? Um, what does it have to say about that? Well, um, well, Black Diggers was certainly saying that you know um, um, proving your worth or going to war, you know, won't bravery and service um, don't are quickly forgotten. Don't equal equality. These things aren't solved like by that. They don't instantly. Just because you went to war doesn't mean now you deserve to have equal rights. That's or at least it doesn't result in that. And as for like inequality in longest memory, that perhaps the message there is something like that. Inequality is again um, inherent, right? And there's uh, just because you yeah, again, the service aspect, I think that's maybe really interesting. We compare the service the Black Diggers did, in the war, and the service that White Chapel made over many many years. Um, you know, it didn't result in their equality, did it? Right? So perhaps that's kind of interesting kind of comparison there. That might be one we can put down here. It's service results in injustice, but certainly doesn't resolve injustice, right? Doesn't resolve inequality. Um, if you serve your country, or if you serve your slave owner, things will still be unjust and they will still be unequal. And so within each paragraph, you need to have addressed both of those. Perhaps even education we might be able to do. You know, uh, Education doesn't solve um, inequality and justice. Um, but perhaps we could think of something positive. What does the few incremental push forwards or something. So like, what do you end up with in this? You end up with a contention that's something like that inequality and justice are rampant throughout these texts, and that no matter how educated or how loyal you are to uh, the people that own you, they will inherently um, betray you, right? That the equality won't be there. Um, uh, however, um, the slow move forward, it's memory, I guess. Um, these inequalities, injustices, are able to carry down from generation to generation. They might slowly resolve themselves. I don't know. That would have to be somewhere in that realm, wouldn't it? So yeah, just I guess my takeaway for this one is, um, think about injustice and inequality are two separate things. You need to address them separately. So you'd have a paragraph. If you had a paragraph of service, you'd need to address inequality and then address injustice, right? And then do it all over again for the second text, and then the same here, and then the same here. Yep. Okay, that's all I got for you. I'll see you in class.